and obviously a lot to like about this game. What were you the most proud of from how the guys came to play tonight?
Just to bounce back, I think, from the game in St. Louis, and I think, they didn't need to hear it from me about the game in St. Louis and the compete level, and I think the bounce back not only from that game and in this game as well. I think we took some shots in the first period, and we're able to bounce back of it. We were able to bounce back from the shorthanded goal in the second, and still put a push before and after that goal. We were really good in the second period, and that goal didn't knock us off. We kept at it, and I think they're just the evidence of how we got the goals were a good bounce back message for the guys as well. Just getting to the net front, going to the inside, fighting and battling to get there, and we got the result as a result.
And along those same lines, how did the work of the defensemen to support the offense, how much of a difference maker was that as well?
Well, our D have provided a lot of offense for us this year, not only in scoring goals, but they're a real driver in the offensive zone. They're a real driver moving the puck up the ice, and Dunner tonight, Monty tonight, Lars tonight, getting the puck to the net for those opportunities to happen were critical and key.
Dan, we were talking among ourselves here about the night that Burakovsky had won some puck battles, scored. What did you think about his play?
Yeah, both those things. I think offensively, probably a really good game from him, starting with the goal in the first. Shane Wright making the great pass to him, scoring the goal. But he didn't factor in on the Borky goal, but he was a factor on the Borky goal, winning the puck in the offensive zone, hanging on to it. Ryder grabbed the puck as a result out to Monty and then to the cage. But he was dangerous. He was good with the puck. He was on the puck in the offensive zone and noticeable all night.
Dan, us mere mortals probably don't appreciate enough the hand-eye coordination, the degree of difficulty to deflect a puck coming at you at the speed it is and with somebody trying to take your head off. And tonight, you didn't get it once or twice, but 3 times. So will you talk a little about the degree of difficulty and how much skill it actually takes to do that?
Yeah, and I think you kind of mentioned it with taking the head off thing, but the courage to go to that area as well. I think in an effort to try to score more goals, like that's where you got to go. You got to go to the inside, and I'll say that it takes an intent and it takes courage to go there and get there, and then it's I think hockey's the highest skilled, it's the fastest game and the highest skilled, and that's just an example of it. It's guy trying to take your head off an 80-mile-an-hour shot coming at you and the goalie, and to be able to tip it and tip it in the back of the net is it's not something that happens very often in the game, but when you get those results, when you get the instance of getting the puck to the net, and when you have the courage to go to the inside and get there, and tonight it's how we produce most of our goals is getting to the inside and having that tip, and Borky and Tovey and we had a couple on the power play that they didn't go in the net, but Schwartzy as well at the net doing that.
Hey, Coach, you guys have had as many comebacks against this team here in a couple months as this year. What's your strategy to coach resiliency?
You know what, we want to be a relentless team. We want to be a team that keeps coming at you regardless of the situation, regardless of the score, regardless of where we're playing at. And, you know, I don't want to be someone who gets behind, but the guys have shown, you know, your words, great resilience and great fortitude, just staying on the game, staying with it, keep going, regardless of the situation, and it's enabled us to come back in a bunch of games.
Dan, you spoke to the offensive play of the defenseman today, but looked like Lars had a big block there. Vince kept the one puck out of the net with his block in the crease. And does that kind of speak to the effort you were hoping to see in the bounce back from the St. Louis game as much as anything, seeing those kind of plays?
Yes, I think, you know, the guys, so we talk about how the game plays out in a lot of different ways, and you have to win it, you know, different ways at different times. You know, you win it with your power play sometimes, you win it with your defense sometimes, but at the underline of it all is the compete and the battle level of your team. And you know, Lars on the PK there, you know, it was similar to Turbo in the St. Louis game. You know, he blocked a shot and he was hobbling around there, and puck seemed to have a magnet to come back to him again. But that was a big part of the penalty kill, which we needed, and you know, you always need a save from your goaltender, but you also need to build a wall and block shots in and around him. And Joey definitely needed the shot block from Dunner there in the third.
Dan, throughout the season, you've talked about playing the game with emotion, and I think that showed up tonight. And you know, there's tenacity coming back, contributions. Why does it show up like that tonight, but not every night? You know what I mean? Like, why is it so hard to predict when they're going to show that?
I just think that's the challenge for this team. It's a challenge for our team, is being consistent with that every night. And you know, I'm gonna pat him on the back for the competing effort tonight.
And more importantly, what's going to take for Joey Decord to get off the schneid and finally score?
He got to learn to shoot it harder. It was a muffin he shot. You know, we've more guided him, and you know, not always looking for the opportunity to shoot it and try to get the goal. But tonight was a good opportunity to do it, and I said after the game, you got to work on your shot, because that was a muffin.